many questions about my hair. I just gotta thank my parents for giving this to me because this is truly a lot of genetics when it comes to my hair, at least the thickness. But when it comes to smoothing and styling my hair and caring for it, I have some products that I definitely rely on. So I'm gonna share those with you, my most used hair products. So I have textured hair, it's naturally wavy, it's very thick. Despite what I've seen in comments from some people. You don't have thick hair, you have thin hair. I have really thick hair. I sometimes have people tell me that my ponytail is like 3 of their own ponytails. My hair is so thick that when I go get haircuts, they thin my hair out. Just helps it lay a little bit easier. Otherwise, it's just gonna be really huge and a little bit harder to deal with. And it just gives me a little less hair that I have to work on, that I have to blow dry and everything. I color my hair every 6 weeks or so, partially to tone it so it doesn't get brassy, and partially for my roots. My white hairs will be a poppin' if I don't actually handle them every 6 weeks. And while I do love to wear my hair wavy, I just feel the most comfortable when I wear my hair like this. It's blown out, smooth, and I have some waves put in with a curling iron. I hear a lot of people say that wearing your hair naturally wavy or naturally curly is easier, but for me, it means I need to wash my hair way more often. Washing my hair more than 3 times a week is way too much washing for me. It's gonna strip my hair color, cause it to be more brassy, and it's also going to mean that I have to style it over and over again. So the reason why I like this kind of hairstyle is because I can actually sometimes roll out of bed, smooth it a little bit, throw some hair product into the ends, and I'm good to go. And that will get me by for at least a couple of days. This makes me look the most put together quickly. The other thing to know about my hair is that it gets dry pretty easily. I'm gonna assume because my skin gets dry pretty easily. I'm a dry person. And because it's naturally wavy and it tends to get dry really easily, I tend to also deal with frizz. I think that's also partially because I'm coloring my hair so often. So there's some chemical treatment happening with my hair, which can also damage your hair. I also deal with psoriasis. Scalp psoriasis is a big issue and it causes dandruff, little scabs all over my head. And because of my thyroid and my scalp psoriasis, I also deal with new growth often because I'll lose patches of hair. You guys might not notice it because I have so much hair, and then I'll get lots of regrowth. So I'll have all these little baby hairs constantly growing. That's pretty much my hair in a nutshell. Just like my skincare, I actually think what you use to cleanse your hair really matters. I try so many different shampoos and conditioners all the time. Lately, my favorite shampoo and conditioner I cannot talk about enough. I almost feel like I'm overselling it. I almost want to like back off a little bit and gatekeep, but I am obsessed with the Briogeo Color Me Brilliant Color Protect Shampoo and Conditioner and the primer. Obsessed. The reason why I was even interested in these products is because they are color protection products. To me, color protection means that you're actually just going to hydrate and protect your hair a lot. Besides like depositing more color, which I've talked about blue shampoos before, and I love blue shampoos because they do deposit a little bit of color to keep that brassiness down. The problem with color depositing products is that they tend to leave my hair feeling really dry and they're not very nourishing. So instead, I've been looking for hair products, shampoos and conditioners that really just help hydrate my hair and nourish my hair. And what I find is that those types of products tend to protect my hair color better. The Color Me Brilliant products, they do such a good job. They make my hair feel so nourished, smooth and hydrated, so super conditioned. My hair looks so shiny when I blow it out after using these products. My hair color looks almost like it's fresh. It almost looks like I have a new haircut because it keeps my hair so smooth to the point that my baby hairs that tend to like go like this in the morning, that doesn't even happen to my hair anymore. It's wild. I don't know why these specific products are doing that for me, but they are helping my hair so much. That primer is so money. Even if you don't have color treated hair, that primer is one of the best hair products that I've ever used to blow dry my hair. It has a heat protectant up to like 450 degrees and you don't need a lot of it and it doesn't make your hair feel like there's a product in it. That's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to blowout products is that it always feels like I've got something gunky in my hair. I hate that feeling. That said, before I found the Briogeo Color Me Brilliant hair primer, I was obsessed and I still probably am obsessed. I actually brought it with me on this trip, the Color Wow Dream Coat Spray. Before I found the primer, that was my go-to when I was dealing with smoothing my hair and blow drying it straight. What I found was the less I used instead of the more I used, which a lot of people told me you have to like really coat your hair, you have to really soak it with this spray to see a big result. I found that that made my hair feel like straw and really stiff. But when I just use a sparing amount, just like a quick, mist of it throughout my hair, and then I brush it out and then blow dry my hair with another one of my most used items, and that is my Dyson hairdryer, that is when I see some really smooth hair that tends to last. I think the Briogeo primer that I have found now just works so much better. I do want to throw out there, I was originally sent the Briogeo products to try in anticipation of a sponsorship to just see if I was gonna like it enough to do a sponsorship with a brand. So when I got it, I was testing it out and I fell in love. So if they want to keep sponsoring me, I'll be like, hell yes, because it's all I'm going to be talking about. I know I just said that I don't want to use anything else as far as my shampoo and conditioner goes. There is something that I have to deal with, and that is my scalp psoriasis, which really presents itself as dandruff. I do have to have a medicated shampoo in the lineup. Luckily, I don't have to use it too often, and that is my Nizoral. So I have been committed to Nizoral for years because it really is one of the only dandruff shampoos that has truly helped keep my scalp psoriasis at least calmer. It's never made it go away. I see a huge difference by just using it once a month. When I first started using it, this was years ago, I found that I had to use it a lot more. I had to use it like twice a week to really see a difference. But once I calmed all of that flakiness, I find that now I just have to use it for maintenance. So I'll put it into my hair care routine, like once a month, I'll shampoo with it and then really use like some kind of a hair treatment, which I'll talk about the one I use the most afterwards, because it does make my hair feel a little bit dry. The packaging says that it doesn't strip your hair color and all of that, but it does leave my hair feeling kind of dry when I use it. It's the only downfall of Nizoral. But when it comes to my scalp, which probably matters more to me, it has done such a good job at keeping my dandruff and my scalp psoriasis at bay that I will be forever committed. When it comes to deep conditioners, the brand that I always find myself going back to the most is truly it's Olaplex. And the two products that I tend to use the most from Olaplex are the number 3, which is the pre-shampoo treatment. When I'm gonna wash my hair, I know I'm gonna wash my hair. It's not one of those things where it's like, I just wash my hair every day. I actually plan my life and my schedule around when I wash my hair. So I like to have a pre-treatment because I know that I'm gonna put it in my hair before I actually shampoo it. To me, that makes so much more sense. I don't know, for some people it might not, but I feel like my hair just feels like it's got more nutrients. It doesn't necessarily feel smoother after I use it, but it feels like it has more nutrients. When I want my hair to feel smoother, I like number 8 because it is a conditioning mask. So I'll just use that. I don't actually use conditioning masks too often. I actually think people overdo it when it comes to conditioning masks and treatments. You can have too much protein, for instance. It can almost make your hair feel like straw. So you just gotta know that you shouldn't always use treatments on your hair. You wanna use treatments sparingly unless you've been told otherwise. I tend to use hair oil all the time. I don't even really have a hair oil that I'm committed to and that I just love, like love. But what I tend to use the most lately, and I'm obsessed with also, is the Crown Affair, the finishing gel. It's like such a simple concept. I don't know why this hasn't existed, or maybe it has existed and I just haven't found this kind of a product. But if you haven't tried this, the finishing gel, it's meant to be one of these gels that's for smoothing your hair back in a low ponytail if you want that really smooth, slick look. So it's not super crunchy. It's not gonna dry down and hold really hard. And you can brush your hair out after using it, which makes it amazing already because it really does smooth down all your flyaways. But what I like it for even more is to just smooth my hair in general. It is this nice, light, like gel cream. And it almost reminds me of the skincare gel cream. I love the way it smells. I just love the way it feels in my hair. I barely use a little bit. I just put it in my hands. I smooth away my flyaways. I run it through the ends of my hair. My hair looks so pretty and it stays in place so much better than when I use a hair oil. Another most used product, because I actually do use hairspray still, is my L'Oreal Elnett hairspray. It's such a good staple. It's maybe one of the longest running products that's been in my life because I remember using this as a teenager. So L'Oreal Elnett hairspray is probably by far the most used hair product I have ever used. I can brush my hair with it. Whatever hairstyle I'm gonna do, I know I can use it. If I need to do something elaborate last minute, that's gonna be my hairspray to go. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to hair tools, but that doesn't mean that there aren't more hair products that I love or that I'm testing out. These are just what I'm finding I use the most consistently, because there are some hair tools that I'm really committed to. The first one being my Heart S Scalp Brush. This brush was recommended to me a while back by my friend and hair colorist Sharon Choi. She's Ms. Choi on Instagram. She is one of my favorite hair colorists here in Los Angeles. She travels around too, by the way, if you follow her and want to look her up. But I was talking to her about whether a hair brush really makes a difference for your hair. And she was like, no, it does. It really really makes a difference, especially for someone like me who has thick hair and I don't wash my hair too often. She's all about using a brush that helps you distribute your natural oils throughout your hair. That said, you have to always remember that if you're going to brush your hair with a brush, you have to be really gentle with your hair, because when you're really rough when you brush your hair, you can really break your hair. So it can be the opposite of caring for it. But if you're knowingly gentle and you know what you're using a brush for, it can be very helpful. I like to use this brush on like second day, third day hair if I haven't washed it yet. And I just brush my hair really quickly. I don't spend too much time on it. I just make sure I brush all the way through my hair and redistribute the oils from my scalp. It helps to, one, nourish my hair because you're getting the oil all over, but it also helps with that buildup on your hair. And I'm not doing anything really focused on my scalp, which is why I say it's not really a scalp brush. And I know like even Anna from my team, when I told her like, this is one of my go-to brushes, I love this brush so much. She's like, I can't imagine it's any different from a regular hairbrush. And it is. It is worth the $50 that it costs for this brush. It has little like massaging tips on it, the bristles, but it really does get down into your scalp, not in a way that's gonna scratch your scalp and not like hyper focus on your scalp. It's a good, solid hairbrush. The other reason why I like this brush so much is because I do deal with flakiness, right? I talked about my scalp psoriasis. And so it helps to just brush my hair and just, you know, kind of cleans my hair out, makes it look a little bit less flaky. It's a great brush. I love this brush. This video is getting a little bit long, so I'm gonna kind of go really quickly through these other hair tools. My Dyson hair dryer. It took me forever to buy it because I was like, I don't want a hair dryer that's this expensive. And you know what? I love that hair dryer. I cannot believe I waited as long as I did to buy it. I have not found a hair dryer that's better than that one. It smooths my hair out, dries it really quick, works really well. It's lighter than the average hair dryer. I love all the magnet tools. It's just the best hair dryer out there. I'm sorry, fight me on this. It's the best hair dryer. Next, my curling irons. I actually have two that I swear by. One is my good old Hot Tools. It's the one with the gold barrel that you see hairstylists always using. I've had this for years. 1.25 inches is the size of the barrel that I use, and I love it. This is how I get these kinds of curls. It's really great. The other curling iron that I love is my Harry Josh travel curling iron. I think the barrel is also 1.25 inches. It's small, but that's why I love it so much. Because it's a shorter barrel, it takes a little bit more time to curl my hair, but it's honestly not that much more time. It is so great to travel with. I can throw it in my purse. It is so small and it works really well considering. It won't replace my Hot Tools curling iron, but when I am traveling, which I do a lot, it is a great curling iron to have. And then my hair clips. I use claw clips all the time. The reason why I like claw clips, because I actually think that they're ugly. I know that everyone wears them because they're fashionable now. I actually think claw clips are ugly and look a little lazy, but they are great if you need to pull your hair back and you don't want to get a dent in your hair. At least for me, I do not get any dents in my hair when I use a claw clip. So if I just styled my hair, but I need to pull it back, which happens a lot when you're a mom, you have to pull your hair back for something to like get in there with your kids or something, but I don't want to mess up the hair I just styled, claw clip, that always helps. And then I also love no bend clips. These are the clips that you see everybody using these days. They are those little clips that lay flat on the front of your hair. So if you just styled your hair and you want to keep it off of your face, you can just put those in and it keeps your hair flat, keeps it in the style that you just styled. It's actually even great if you're just trying to get your hair to stay smooth and you just put a hair, like if you spray a little bit of hairspray and you put a little clip, it'll hold it in place while it's drying. They're really great clips to have. I throw them in my makeup bag all the time. That way I can just kind of like do this with my hair if I need to just touch something up really quick. And those are my most used hair products. It turns out I have a lot of hair products that I use a lot of the time. And it's just because I've got all of this. This is a lot of maintenance. I feel very blessed to have all this hair that people compliment all the time. But behind the scenes, this runs my life. It's my schedule. I schedule my life according to this. Blessing and a curse, but mostly a blessing. Tell me in the comments if you have any questions or if there are any hair products that you love or want to see me even review for my hair type. I'll go pick them up because I love hair products. They're fun. You can find me on social media. I'm at Susan Yara, and I'll talk to you soon.